Welcome back. All three major averages are inching higher today as Wall Street awaits Wednesday's Fed decision. Our next guest is not expecting any rate changes this year and continues to hold major positions in AI, security, and select medicals. Let's bring in Peter Andersen. He's Chief Investment Officer with Andersen Capital Management. Peter, did OpenAI save the stock market?
Well, it certainly has propelled us, hasn't it, through the past year to date. And I still think there's a lot of fuel left in the tank. We just have to be very careful, Kelly, about when this party might end. You know, I'm a great supporter of AI, but I would say I'm a rational supporter. So we're all in this theater, right, watching a great movie. We know at some point somebody's going to yell fire. And the point is, how do we determine when enough is enough, we're at the market top? That's the big question.
That's very hard to do. What do you think your answer is? Because I see when you're saying, look, looking at your AI positions now, it's time to define the sell triggers. What are they?
It is overdue, actually. And so, you know, normally I pick sell triggers that are financially based on the individual stocks, but I'm not doing it this time. I'm using two very simple sell triggers. The first one is what you might call the better mousetrap theory. So in other words, we're all down this road. The entire internet has been uploaded, and we're waiting to see if this is going to work. What if somebody comes along with a totally different model of how the brain works and uses off-the-shelf components? That would blow all the traditional AI that we're following now totally out of the water. Do I think that's possible? Yes, I do, but it's going to take some time. And then the second sell trigger, I would say, is when you become aware of, say, this great disillusionment. For instance, what if a very much a strong influencer comes onto the media and says, you know, everybody, I've been thinking about this build out, and it isn't all what it's cracked up to be. There is some cracks in the future of AI, and maybe it's time to call it quits. That could also happen, and that's very serious if that does.
Interesting.
Peter, you have a very concentrated portfolio, as I recall, and I remember specifically that you do. You've added a new name in the portfolio, which is something you don't do all that often. What is it and why?
So, well, the good news is, Tyler, one of the other stocks has been acquired, Shockwave Medical, so that created a vacancy. And I do have a deep bench of candidates. And so the newest name I've added is a medical instrumentation company called Insulet. The ticker is PODD, and it is a remarkable technology that automatically delivers insulin to diabetic patients. You put it on your arm, it stays there for 72 hours, it's waterproof, and you don't have to do any finger sticks to test your blood level, your chemistry, nor do you have to inject any insulin on your own. It automatically injects it, and it keeps it at a much more constant level, which doctors love.
How does it differ from existing? Aren't there existing insulin patches or technologies?
It actually works with them. The patch that you are probably referring to that we see is a patch that monitors your blood chemistry, but it does not deliver the insulin.
Does not deliver the insulin. I see.
Correct. Yes.
Very interesting. How many stocks are in your portfolio? And you say you have a deep bench. Do you have a fixed number that you stick with? And what is that number? And would you ever go? Do you go above it? Let's say I keep 22 stocks. Why wouldn't you go to 25 if you got good three other great ones?
The way I've done this is I say it kind of tongue-in-cheek, Tyler, but I try to find stocks that simply are going to go up. And a lot of people complicate their strategy, and they will go on telling you about certain quantitative metrics. But the only thing I also do is I come from the bond world, so I look at the fixed income perspective of things, and I try to identify stocks that have done very well from a bondholder's perspective. And in terms of concentration, this is the most concentrated I've been, 12 stocks. On occasion, I've been up to 20, but, you know, you don't have to. It's not a hammer looking for a nail all the time. I'm just trying to find stocks that I really think are immune to today's worries. I mean, today's worries, interest rates, when AI is going to crash, all those things come into play. And so it kind of leads me to a portfolio currently of 12 stocks, but I do not have a predetermined number. The number comes out as a result of finding the stocks I like.
Okay. Peter, thanks very much. Peter Andersen, we appreciate it. Good as always to see you.